What's up, guys? It's Scum here. I've got a vinyl update for you. Mostly vinyl, I should say. I've got a CD and a tape as well, but this is some cool stuff that I've acquired recently, so I'll go ahead and show it off to you. I'll start with the one cassette that I got in today. This is Witch Vomit, A Scream from the Tomb Below. This was released by Head Split Records. Nice white pro tape. And I was thinking about last night maybe doing a cassette update, and I actually got into the process of making the video and just scrapped it because it wasn't turning out the way I liked. But I've got like 150 cassettes or so if you guys want to see some more cassettes, comment below, let me know, and I'll get on doing that. But yeah, Witch Vomit, great death metal, I believe, out of Portland, Oregon. Amazing band. I don't know if they have any other stuff, but definitely check out that one, Screams from the Tomb Below. And then I just went to Princeton Record Exchange, which is about an hour from where I live in New Jersey. I traded in a whole bunch of records, which I normally don't do. I like to hang on to pretty much all of my records. Even if I don't listen to them anymore, they're still a part of my collection, but I needed to do some cleaning out, some stuff that I really just didn't want or don't listen to at all, wasn't planning on listening to ever again, stuff I didn't like anymore. But I was able to trade that in and pick up 4 new records for free. One of those is The Split from Waldgeflüster and Panopticon. I was listening to Panopticon's newest album, Autumn Eternal, the other day, and I was like, wow, this is really good stuff. And I mean, Panopticon, if you don't know, it's a one-man black metal act. Now performing as a full band. They recently started doing live performances, one of which I'm going to catch coming up in Philadelphia at the Decibel Metal and Beer Fest, so I'm looking forward to that. And this is clear with brown splatter. There's the Panopticon side, Waldgeflüster side. And yeah, Panopticon black metal with some hints of like bluesgrass and maybe even jazz. But yeah, very interesting stuff. I love pretty much everything that Panopticon has put out. I haven't listened to Waldgeflüster at all, so unfortunately I can't tell you anything about them. But if they're on a split with Panopticon, I'm gonna, hope that it's pretty good. And then this one, I was definitely planning on getting. Luckily, they had it there. This is Sodom, Get What You Deserve. Reissued by Wax Maniacs, and as you can see, there's this little band thing covering the art. When you take that away, you get the original cover art that was supposed to be on this release in 1994, but the label rejected it, saying that it was too gory. They weren't going to put it out if they had this artwork on it. So thankfully, Wax Maniacs restored this album with the artwork that it was intended to use, and it was this cover alone was enough to get me to buy this album, because I mean, Get What You Deserve is not my favorite Sodom material, but this cover, wow. Look it up if you get a chance, because it's insanely brutal. Nice gatefold here. Back cover comes on a double black vinyl. There is a colored version, blue vinyl, I believe. And I was a little bit upset with Wax Maniacs because they've been reissuing these early Sodom records, and I picked up In the Sign of Evil, which is my favorite Sodom record, and they incorrectly labeled the first track, Outbreak of Evil. They incorrectly labeled it Obsessed by Cruelty. How do you fuck that up? But and then on the track labels again for Persecution Mania and Obsessed by Cruelty, I think both flubbed on those. But This one I haven't really checked out yet. I hope they got everything right. But yeah, this one came out in 1994, and as a bonus, they included the Aber Bit Mit San EP. Probably butchered that German pronunciation, but a lot of good Sodom stuff on there. And I can't get enough of Sodom. Let's be real here. This is a record that I've been wanting on vinyl for a long time, and at Vintage Vinyl, they had it for like $40, and I was like, no way I'm spending $40. But at Princeton Record Exchange, they had it for like $23, and this was technically free because I traded in stuff anyways. My Dying Bride, Feel the Misery. I really, really like this album. The opening track, And My Father Left Forever, right into Shiver in Empty Halls. The title track, Feel the Misery. I'm not a crazy My Dying Bride fan, but when this album came out in like 2015, I think, as the gatefold, 2015, I heard great things about it, so I bought the CD version, and I listened to it a lot, and I've been meaning to pick up the record. Just all about finding it at a good price. Standard black vinyl. 180 gram, released by Peaceville Records. I can't wait to put this on my turntable and crank up the volume because it's got some seriously beautiful and hauntingly heavy stuff on there. And then again, a record I somehow did not own before today. This is the last of the records I picked up at Princeton Record Exchange. Napalm Death, Scum. Now you might be wondering, hey Scum, how come you don't have a record that you're named after? Well, funny little thing about that is I'm not named after the Napalm Death record Scum. A long, long time ago when I had Twitter, before I got rid of that shit because I hate it and it sucks. My Twitter handle was Scum Will Rise, which if you don't know is a Nails song. And people just started calling me Scum based off of that, and it kind of stuck, and that's what people call me now. And that's, if people ask me, that's what I tell them. Funny thing is, I don't really care about Nails anymore, so whatever. Yeah, this is a Earache full dynamic range reissue, pressed from the original tapes, so it's not some bullshit reissue where they use like MP3s or a CD for this reissue. It's legit. Just something I like about Earache, what they've been doing with the full dynamic range reissues, because those all sound great. And I don't need to really tell you too much about Napalm Death. Grindcore, especially their first record, Scum. Side A, you're going to have, I think it was Lee Dorian doing vocals, who went on to form Cathedral. And then side B, taking care of, I should know this, but I'm just going to look at it real quick. It doesn't really say on here, but someone else did the vocals for side B of this record. I do know that there were two vocalists on this record, one of them being Lee Dorian. Someone help me out in the comments, or I'll end up looking it up because it's going to bug me. But yeah, Napalm Death, classic record. This one I got in the mail today. I just watched this movie. This is the official soundtrack for The Barn. I watched this movie on Monday, and I loved the soundtrack so much that as soon as the movie was finished, I looked online to see if there was a vinyl release for the soundtrack. There was. I ordered it directly from the label that put it out, Lunaris Records, and it came today, Wednesday, 2 days later. So, wow. I was impressed with that. But it comes on a great kind of orange marbled vinyl. Really fits in with the cover and the whole theme of the movie. This movie came out in like 2015 or 2016, but it is a straight up throwback to like 80s slasher movies. The acting, I will say, leaves a little bit to be desired, but it's a campy B horror movie, so you get, what you expect. But they use like the old school makeup and special effects for this. If you were just watching this without knowing anything about it, you'd think that it came out in like the middle of the 80s, which is what I love about this movie. And the soundtrack was amazing. Lots of like heavy metal type references and synth and stuff like that. So I'm very happy to have that one. This is another reissue that Peaceville just did, and a reissue that I have been dying for, because this is one of my favorite death metal albums, and the original pressings online go for stupid amounts of money. That is for Mortis Scold, The Dying Remains. I love this band. This is like an early example of what the whole death doom genre would become. Even though Mortis Scold, I would not consider them to be a death doom band. I think this is just a straight up death metal record. But you could definitely tell the influences on there and the bands that would, you know, kind of be inspired by this record to come. And it just comes on a 180 gram black vinyl. Again, from Peaceville Records. This record originally came out in 1993 and had not been properly reissued until last year. I love that record. And the cover, perfect. Like, you pick this up, you know exactly what you're gonna get. And that's another thing I love about it. This one, Ercalian Oracle with Apollyon. This was released by Nuclear War Now. It is a gatefold, or no, it's not a gatefold. This is one of my pet peeves. It's a double vinyl housed in one sleeve. I've talked about it before. I don't really like it when bands or labels put two records in one giant sleeve. I prefer to have a gatefold. But black vinyl there. And I'm going to pull out the second one because it has an etching on side D. I'm going to try and maneuver that so you guys can see it. But Ercalian Oracle are another one of those mysterious kind of bands where no one really knows who's in the band. And they play a style of like black death, more on the death metal side, but it's just really dark, really dungeony sounding, really deep. Like, sounds like when you're listening to this, you're just in like a deep pit that you just can't get out of. And it's really good stuff. Comes with a poster and a booklet. The booklets, lyrics and all that good stuff. And the poster, if I remember, is kind of big. Try not to take everything out here, but I'm gonna have to. There it is. And I don't really get what's on this poster. It'd be cool if it was just like the band logo or something, but I have no idea what this is. Looks like some sort of alchemy or something. I don't even know which side is right up or whatever, but that one's gonna stay in the sleeve. I don't have any use for that one. And then finally, last record here, Mayhem Live in Zeitz. Again, this is like the first proper issuing of this classic performance from Mayhem. They've been bootlegged a lot, but Peaceville finally reissued it, black vinyl. This, to me, is the way that Mayhem should sound. This is the classic Mayhem lineup with Dead on vocals and Euronymous on guitar, as well as Hellhammer and Necro Butcher rounding out the lineup. That, to me, is what Mayhem always should have sounded like. You know, Attila is a pretty decent vocalist, Maniac is a decent vocalist, but I don't really care for, you know, Ordo Adkea or whatever other records they did. I just don't really listen to them because I don't really like them. But even De Mysteriis Dom Satanis. That record is great, but I would have loved to have heard the full thing. There exist studio recordings of Dead doing like Freezing Moon and I think Carnage or something like that. But I would have loved to have heard that full album the way that it was intended to sound with Dead on vocals. And I also have a CD version here. This has both Live in Leipzig and Live in Zeitz on it. Absolutely must have for me because this is my favorite Mayhem material. Like I said, the other stuff I just don't really care for. You got some liner notes from Hellhammer, Necro Butcher, Metallion from Slayer Mag, Fenriz, all sorts of little notes, letters. Tons of cool stuff to be digested in here. And it's on a 2 CD digipack. Again, Live in Leipzig and Live in Zeitz. I'm so happy that at least those performances exist so we can hear what Mayhem had to offer when they were at their prime, I believe. So that's it for this collection update. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you want to see like more cassettes and stuff, just comment, let me know. Let me know what you guys want to see because I've been doing unboxings, collection updates. I tried out a review, but yeah, all that stuff's been done. So if you guys want like me to talk about some different topics or just keep doing what I'm doing, just let me know. Any sort of feedback is appreciated. And thanks for watching these videos. Thanks for commenting, subscribing, sending out positive vibes. And I'm going to send them right back. So until next time, guys, take care.